Welcome to day 10 of my Daytrading Diary, where I share my watch list and analyze my trades for you to learn from. Today is the 22nd of August 2023, and as always we're gonna have a look at the overall market. And as the market is gapping up, it really looks like it's gonna retest this previous area of resistance. And if it do so, which I'm gonna expect it to do today, it might get rejected to head lower. On my watch list, the first one is DKNG, which got rejected of this previous area of support and now is gapping over this previous pivot. And if we have a look at the 1 hour chart, I would be interested to buy at this area, and my target would be up here. Next one is UBS, which is an interesting one. It's gapping over this small little consolidation, and if it gets rejected here, there isn't really anything where I could put my target. To find any meaningful resistance, we have to go all the way back to June 2008, and the resistance would be up here, which is really unlikely it's gonna hit it today. So I guess I will just use a trailing stop on that one if I take a trade. Next one is APP, which is also gapping over this small little consolidation, and I would be interested in this area, and my target would be this huge candle up here, which is also an area of resistance. The last one on my long watch is ZIM, which is gapping into this gap over the past 4 days, and I'm looking for it to fill this gap if it gets rejected at the highs of the previous days. On the short side, we have PLTR, which I had on my short watch yesterday. It's gapping up, and maybe it's gonna retest this breakdown area today. Same for Apple, which is gapping into this breakdown area, so it might get rejected. Foot Locker is gapping under this previous pivot and under this consolidation, and my target would be this previous higher low. Then we have GPS, which if it breaks this area, it should have a pretty smooth move to this area here. And the last one for today is PCT, which is gapping into this gap, which was hovering around this 870 area when I scanned for it. If it's gonna retest this area up here, I might be interested to short. However, it looks like it's gonna hit my supposed target first. And yeah, if we see it right here, it's already moving in the pre-market, so it's probably gonna get rejected here. So PCT is probably not something I will have my eyes on today, but I have some other ideas. GPS might be my favorite. So the market is gonna open in about 15 minutes, and I'm gonna see you guys after the market session. Alright, market just closed, and the market didn't retest this previous area of resistance. It pretty much went lower the whole day. This is the 50-minute chart, and it did like a pretty consistent downtrend. However, I still found some nice trades, so let's go over them. The first one was a quick one. It was on DKNG. Where is it? Here on this 1-minute chart. Traded this pretty high volume candle that got rejected of this previous consolidation. And I got stopped out within minutes. I believe I put my stop loss even under here. So I got filled and stopped out within 3 minutes or so. Then on the short side, I had some nice trades. So I traded PLTR on this rejection up here. Pretty high volume, nice sell setup. So I shorted it like this. However, it didn't reach my target as it didn't get rejected as much as I was looking for. But I like to set big targets, as if they work, it feels really good and it's a really good profit. But often it just ends in an end of the day close. However, I added on PLTR another time as it went lower and then came back, and then added another full R on this huge volume spike, which was another rejection. So I traded it like this, added another R on here, lowered the stop loss from here to here, and then it went lower again, got back to this area another time, and then the last hour it got rejected another time. When I saw that, I was looking at the 1 hour chart and was looking to anticipate my target. I was looking for this 14-16 area, as this is a pretty nice support area on the 1 hour chart. However, I didn't quite reach it, and I closed it at the end of the day for, I believe, 1466. So that was a nice profit as I was in it with 2 trades. If we have a look, so this was like 1.3 and this was 1.2, so about 2.5 R. And then I traded Footlocker on the short side. I just really liked the daily gap and was looking for a rejection here. So I entered on this sell setup like this. And again, I was shooting big, however, it didn't work, but it held this area nicely and went lower, and I closed it at the end of the day for about 2.5 R as well. And yeah, GPS, I forgot about that. If we have a look, it's got rejected immediately within minutes, so I didn't get an entry there. However, it got back, and I traded this as it came back. I traded this retest on this big volume, and I entered here. I could have put my stop loss here, but I put it on above the high of the day. So I entered here, stop loss right above here, target was down here, should have been 2R. However, I anticipated the pretty consistent penny slippage, which is basically the spread most of the time. So I got filled at 10.01, so that's 1.7 R. That's how much of a penny can make a difference on big position sizes. And yeah, that was a pretty quick trade. As you can see, this is the 1 minute chart. Entered here, and 10 minutes later I hit my target for a really quick gain. And if we have a look, GPS went even lower. Looks really nice on the daily chart as it put in a really nice big red candle. And I even said this might be my favorite idea of the day, but I identified this as a pretty significant key level, so I put my target here. What else? Oh yeah, I believe I traded APP on the long side. I entered here as it was approaching the downside of my area of interest. So I entered like this, put my stop loss under here, and I entered here as it would mean it breaks this 2-minute trend line. And it held this area pretty nicely despite the market being pretty bearish today. However, it couldn't find any more fire and I had to close it at the end of the day. I believe I closed it a bit early as I saw the market making a pretty strong move downwards towards the end of the session. So I closed it a bit early. at, I believe, 39.40 for minus 0.6 R. But that was a pretty good trading day today, as I made about 5 R or 4.95 R, and it just felt better than the last week as I didn't get stop hunted and stuff like that. I just got my entry and then let it ride for the whole day for a nice profit. And we can have a look at the rest of my scans. ZIM, as I was scanning for it, it was up here in the pre-market. However, it opened at the close of yesterday and never broke this high of that day to find any void in this gap. So it got rejected immediately, so I didn't trade it. UBS, if we have a look, reached my area of interest pretty late in that day, but at that moment, so I didn't wanted to take another trade. APP, we went over that. On the short side, GPS. Oh yeah, Apple was pretty strong today, which I did not expect, as Apple is really correlated with the market and the market went lower. However, Apple went up, which is surprising, as I said. And yeah, PCT, we already saw it. It was moving lower in the pre-market. I was just pretty wrong on it. It never retested this area. But the volume it printed is pretty crazy. But yeah, I didn't trade that one either. But yeah, so that's my trading session for today. Finally, it was a good day as I was struggling this past few days. Hopefully I'll end the month strong, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.